those people who say that HIFU didn't work for them, these are the people that usually have elastosis. This means that they've got broken collagen, broken elastin, and it's usually through sun damage. In this case, we need to work on the sun damage first, so to speak. My recommendation straight off the bat would be if you increase the energy output on your HIFU machine during a treatment, you will burn the skin and you will be screaming on that bed. The D's don't mean anything. Yes, the technology changes, but how does HIFU work? HIFU works by, welcome to the Holistic Skin Guru, where what's on the surface is just as important as what's underneath. I'm your host, Amina. Let's dive deep into the world of holistic skincare. HIFU. Why is there so much confusion about this treatment? I just don't understand. HIFU is focused ultrasound that is sometimes called ultratherma, ultratherapy, ultraforma. Sometimes it's just called HIFU. Now it's really hard in Australia because it's not a regulated industry. It's not a regulated treatment like lasers are. You know, with laser treatments, we need to have laser certificates, and it varies from state to state. So the Queensland laser license is different to the New South Wales laser license. But essentially, there's a regulation. There's something that's keeping people in line, making sure that they understand the equipment, the technology, what it's doing in the skin, that sort of thing. Now, the problem with HIFU, because it's not regulated, because it's quite safe, it's not regulated, but in the wrong hands, it can be an issue. So, you know, we've had a lot of dodgy operators pop up around the show. I've been seeing a lot on my feeds, which means you guys must be seeing it on your feeds. I've even seen videos of operators advertising their HIFU services, and the actual video is of an operator placing the HIFU incorrectly on the face, and I'm having a heart attack and a whole lot of anxiety watching the video because I know as a professional that they should not be doing it in that way. So it makes me think, what exactly is going on? Like, how are these people even allowed to operate this equipment? And I get questions on a daily basis from you guys asking me about HIFU. So I thought this is a good opportunity for me to delve deeper into HIFU and try to explain it even further. So if you already are confused, make it really easy for you to understand what you should be looking for in a HIFU specialist, in a HIFU clinic, and out of the treatment. I'm going to actually also talk about why people say they had HIFU and it didn't work, but stick around till the end and you'll find out why. I'll answer that question. So first of all, how does HIFU work? HIFU works by extrapolating energy down into the subcutaneous tissue to stimulate what's called a fibroblast that actually makes collagen in the skin. This is the area of our skin that ages first. You know, from the age of 20, the fibroblast stops producing collagen and elastin at a rate of 1% every single year after the age of 20. So by the time we're 30, it's 10%. By the time we're 20, it's 20%, and so on. So that's what HIFU is essentially doing. By increasing the collagen production, we're actually slowing down and reversing the aging process. So say you're 35 and you have HIFU. You know, you've already lost 15% of your collagen production. When you have your HIFU, it pushes you back down to about 10%. Instead of you're losing 15%, you're only losing 10% because it's increased some of your collagen production in your subcutaneous tissue. Now, the other thing that's confusing people are the Ds. Everybody's asking me, is it 7D? Is it 11D? Is it even 17D? And I've even heard 21D. Now, this is just marketing jargon. It's got nothing to do with your results, and it's got nothing to do with energy output. Trust me, if you increase the energy output on your HIFU machine during a treatment, you will burn the skin and you will be screaming on that bed. It would be extremely painful. So the Ds don't mean anything. They don't mean that it's a stronger machine or a better machine. Yes, the technology changes, but the Therapeutics Good Administrator in Australia they regulate the machines that come into the country. And we know that the machines can only output a certain number of kilojoules of energy, and we can't go higher than that. And that's to protect you as the consumer. So it is safe. It's very safe treatment, and it's TGA approved. But in the wrong hands, it can be unsafe. So make sure that you go to a place that is experienced, they know what they're doing, and their technicians are highly trained. Now, when do you use HIFU? Moderate to low laxity with some fat. So if you've got that a little bit of fat in your face, you want to be breaking that fat down. HIFU will do that. Now, that's kind of a side effect of HIFU, and it's not meant for fat reduction. That's not what it's meant to do, but it will kill some fat cells. So you must be careful as to who you see, because as we age, we don't want to lose, for example, some of our buccal fat, because as we age, that can make us look a little bit gaunt. So we want to make sure that if we're trying to reduce some fat and we've got low laxity in our skin and we want to lift that skin, HIFU is for us, but it must be used with care in those areas to make sure that we are getting the best result for our skin. Every face is different. Every person's contours in their face is different. So every HIFU treatment has to be approached differently. There's no one HIFU suits everyone's solution. Now, the other thing that you should be thinking about is the depth. How deep is the technician going down into the subcutaneous tissue in that skin? Now, certain areas of the face, we can't go down too deep. For example, our forehead, because there's a lot of bone in there and there's not a lot of fatty tissue. But in our cheeks, in our sides, in our necks, we have fatty tissue. And if we can go quite deep in there, say 4.5, 4 mils, even 3 mils, depending on the face. And it comes down to the technician as to which measurement or how far down they're going to go. And so they have to be making these informed decisions. So that's why you want to go to someone who's experienced, because if they hit you in the wrong spot with an energy that goes down too far, they can actually kill some of that fat in there. That's going to actually make you look gaunt. I know the younger girls are even going for buccal fat removal, which to me is just absolutely crazy, because you can't put that back and you're going to need it when you're older. We don't want to look like ghosts. We don't want to have this gauntness in our faces. So make sure that whoever's doing your HIFU is not hitting your buccal fat too hard, but they're concentrating on the areas that need it. Many times, HIFU and a little bit of RF combined work really well, not at the same time, but in conjunction with each other. And especially with people who have moderate to high skin laxity, they may need extra work. And if you've got very, very high laxity in the skin, then you may need to look at surgery. A few sessions of HIFU may improve the skin somewhat. And why it will improve the skin? Because when we work in the subcutaneous tissue, it's actually improving the strength of the skin. And so when you do decide to go for surgery, there's a lot more of the skin to work with for the surgeon. So an older skin is quite thin, and we want to thicken that skin. We want to make that skin nice and strong. And so if surgery is your only answer, say you're in your 70s and you want to have surgery, but you've got that really thin skin, you might need a few sessions of HIFU just to thicken the subcutaneous tissue so it's easier for your surgeon to work with your skin. So as you can see, HIFU is quite technical. It's not something that you just want to be going to any person down the road for. You want to do your research, make sure they know what they're doing, make sure you understand the devices. Please stop asking me about the Ds. They mean absolutely nothing. The number of Ds is pertaining to the number of hand pieces on the machine. As you get different machines, some that are used for body areas and some that are used only on the face. To do a full face, you only need up to 4D. That's it. Okay, so stop asking that question. That is a ridiculous question. And any clinic that is using the Ds as a marketing tactic to make it sound like their machine is better than, the clinic down the road. They're simply lying. There is no one size fits all when it comes to HIFU, and the device that you're using will give you results depending on the technician. The other thing we need to talk about is elastosis. So for all those people who say that HIFU didn't work for them, these are the people that usually have elastosis. This means that they've got broken collagen, broken elastin, and it's usually through sun damage. So clients that have got significant sun damage, the likelihood of HIFU working is a lot less. In this case, we need to work on the sun damage first, so to speak. So ask your clinic or ask your professional if what they are recommending for treating the sun damage first. My recommendation straight off the bat would be to start a clinical vitamin C daily to repair and regenerate the skin and prevent any further sun damage, then a retinol at night to help cellular turnover, as they are both antioxidants and they will both help to strengthen the skin. You can also do treatments like microneedling, or what I would highly recommend is SQT biomicroneedling, because this is going to help regenerate the skin and strengthen it. It's also going to help with that sun damage. And after a couple of months, then you can revisit HIFU and find and have a treatment which will work much better for you. So if you've had HIFU and you say it didn't work, go back, revisit your skin, have a look to see if you've got a lot of sun damage. That might be the reason why you initially did not get any results from your HIFU. And ask your technician questions. Ask them about their skill level. Ask them about the depth that was used, the kilojoules, and ask them about their experience and see if they are answering your questions easily. It means that they know what they're doing, because HIFU is used to build collagen and that's its only job. It can't lighten dark spots. It can't address enlarged pores or deal with hydration issues. But it can and does build collagen. And I think from what I'm seeing in the clinic is people coming in with unrealistic expectations about what it is that they want to achieve from HIFU. So have a chat to your technician and know exactly the results that you're looking for, so that your skin therapist can guide you and be open to the fact that you may need several different treatments to see your results, as the skin can only be pushed that far. And another question I got asked recently is, what is RF? RF is radio frequency. It's actually very old technology. It's been used for years and years and years. It is amazing and can give you a beautiful lift. That's why we like to use it in conjunction or after a HIFU treatment, not on the same day, but usually on a follow-up treatment. And the thing with RF, the more you have it done, the better your skin looks. Thank you for joining me on Holistic Skin Guru. If this episode has helped you get one step closer to achieving your skin goals, I'd love your support with a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And don't forget to subscribe on your favorite platform too. If you've got any questions about your skin, I'd love to hear from you. Connect with me at Holistic Skin Guru on all platforms. Don't forget, as a listener, you can get 10% off all treatments at our Skin Fit New Farm Clinic in Brisbane. Simply pop the word podcast in your booking online or mention it on the phone when you book.